What is going on, guys? I'm Nick. Welcome back to the channel, and we got another case for the iPhone 16 Pro, and it's gonna be one from TAC. We got another ultra thin case to check out, and it's one that I've been a big fan of recently. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. This is going to be the TAC Standard Case 4.0, and it's one that has definitely caught my eye. But let's go ahead and jump right into the packaging. As always, full black packaging, very minimal, extremely nice. Think thin over on the left. A little bit of information, very little bit of information right here. You get a little pull out, and there's literally nothing else going on. So we're just gonna head. This is a magnetic clasp. It's very nice. And then as you open up, you get a little information over here on the left side, and then you are immediately greeted by the case itself. So I do have a black and another color of this case I'm gonna go ahead and grab right now. That is really all that comes in the package. There's nothing else. So I'm gonna go ahead and close this up, set this to the side, and this is going to be the case itself. You're going to see it is definitely a little bit kind of frosted see-through, which I really love. I definitely love when cases are a little bit clear, or I love clear cases, but I don't like the feeling of them. So this is absolutely perfect to me. I really love this. And here is the other color. We have pretty much a black version and then a white kind of frosted look, and this one looks sick to me. They are going to be identical. The only difference is going to be the color. So now, of course, I do want to show you guys the inside, but there's really not too much to look at. So let's just go ahead and grab the phone and snap it right in. So we have the 16 Pro in black titanium right here, and we're just gonna go ahead and left side first as always. That snaps in very easily, and this is what the case is going to look like. You can see that Apple logo kind of peeking through just a bit. Definitely super cool in my opinion, and you can see those cameras are completely covered. It is a full camera coverage case, so it's always nice to see that protection does come in mind, even with these ultra thin kind of minimalist cases. I love these cases, and I love when they offer at least that much protection. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. Looking at the cameras, of course, they are going to be fully covered up right there. There's no chance that your lenses hit the ground or anything like that, or at least hit the table when you put your phone down. But super nice to see that. Now let's go ahead and do the wobble test right here, just to see how much this case really does wobble, if at all. So down here at the bottom, where you're normally going to be typing, you can see there is a little bit of wobble right there, but it's really nothing to be concerned about. It's not until you work your way up, like normal, that top left corner is going to give you a pretty decent amount of wobble. It's even turning the phone right there, but I can't really blame the case for that. As always, it's more just because of how big these cameras are getting nowadays, but that's really going to be it. Now moving over to the front, I do have a tempered glass screen protector on this phone, so you're going to see that there's pretty much no lip at all. If I put my phone face down, even if I do that right now, I can definitely feel that that is just the glass. That is completely the glass of my screen rubbing against my desk. And yeah, if you do that pretty much anywhere, you're more than likely going to end up scratching your screen. But if you don't run a screen protector, you will definitely have at least a tiny, tiny lip. You can kind of see the gap right there, and you can get an idea of what the lip may look like, but it's also extremely minimal. So again, I always recommend running a screen protector. But that is, of course, you don't have to take my advice. So I do want to go ahead and jump right over to the sides. This is one of the great things about this case. Although it's minimal and ultra thin, you still get buttons. I do enjoy the cutouts where I can access my actual buttons, but sometimes they're a little too recessed into the case. So even on a minimal case like this, it is super nice, and I really love to see buttons being added. Now let's go ahead and test these out, starting with the action button. Absolutely incredible. It's extremely tactile, and you are definitely not going to get any accidental presses. It is like you do have to click it and make sure you're clicking it to ensure you get that actuated. Super nice to see that. Now let's go ahead and move down to our volume buttons. and pretty much the exact same story there. Super nice to see that, and they feel absolutely incredible. I really love this implementation of these buttons. Now moving over to the bottom, you can see you get precise cutouts for your speaker and your microphone, and then a nice little USB-C cutout. Now this cutout does seem a little bit minimal for my taste. It comes up almost right to the edges of that USB-C port. So let's go ahead and grab a cable, snap it in, and let's see how it fits. So I do have an Anker 240 watt cable right here. It is not the smallest cable, so I like to use it to test. If it fits in here, you really don't have to worry about any aftermarket chargers. So let's go ahead and snap it in. And it seems, look at that, almost like it was meant to be. There's a tiny bit of a gap on either edge, but aside from that, it is almost barely fitting. So I really don't think you have to worry when it comes to this case, and any other chargers you might have that are a little bigger, they're still going to work just fine. Let's go ahead and move over to the power button side. You can see you do get a button that goes over your power button right there, and then you get a nice cutout for your camera control. You can see that the camera control, it literally just reveals the touch sensitive area, which I actually really enjoy. There is a slight indent, so it kind of caves in, and I actually really like that. You can tell right there that it slopes in and your finger rests extremely nicely right there. Absolutely love this implementation right here. It's honestly just right. Now let's go ahead and test out this power button. Super nice power button. This is probably my favorite button on this case. It is extremely tactile, clicky, responsive. It's perfect in my opinion, and it comes out just enough that makes it easy to find, but not enough to the point where I'm accidentally clicking it or like clicking as it goes in my pocket or anything like that. Really love that. And then over at the top, of course, it's going to be completely closed, as you can see. Super nice. But the one con of this case would have to be, as you can tell or are probably already noticed, there's no MagSafe in these. Of course, they are ultra thin, so you are going to get MagSafe to work through them, and we are going to go ahead and test them. But before I do that, I do want to mention that if this is a huge deal breaker for you, it is not the end of the world. You can actually pick these up from TAC, which are literally just little metal rings with 3M adhesive on the back. All you got to do, snap it on right there. You can see it already found where it goes just by the magnets in the phone itself. And that's it. Once you do this, all your MagSafe accessories are going to stick hard as hell. They're actually going to be some of the strongest adhesion you've ever seen. I do this for a ton of my thin cases, and I'll probably end up doing it to both of these after I finish filming. I try not to modify my cases before I film my reviews, just because I know not everyone is going to buy extra accessories for something they already spent money on, like the case itself. But it is an option out there for you. Now, let's jump right into MagSafe testing, starting with the Spigen OMAG ring. As always, it's a phone grip and stand in one. And you can see, yeah, pretty expected. You're not gonna be able to shake it. You will definitely be able to use this. This is totally usable, especially if you're just being like gentle and walking around, or maybe watching videos in bed. This is not going to give you any kind of problems. You definitely can still do this. But if you're running around or you want to one-handed or something, be a little careful. It's definitely not the strongest MagSafe. Now, if you are just kind of tapping away at it, again, you have nothing to worry about. This is going to work just fine. It's definitely going to fall over before this slips off. So still would trust this accessory or this case with this MagSafe accessory. Now let's go ahead and try a little bit of strength as well as MagSafe charging. Of course, don't really think we have anything to worry about here. You can see it charges just fine. Of course, it's a very thin case. And let's take a look at this. You can see that because the camera protection does go so far out, it is pretty much right up against it at the base. It does kind of flare inwards, so you can see, but they are touching. Not a big deal, but same thing. Not the strongest adhesion. Definitely be careful. Any kind of drop, that is definitely going to come off. I'm pretty sure I could, Yeah, okay. We can definitely just shake it off. So something to be very careful about. I don't want anyone losing their accessories. I know I would be bummed to lose something like this. But as long as you're keeping your eye on it, you have nothing to worry about. Now, the big one for me, of course, is going to be that MagSafe wallet test. Snapping it on right there, you are going to see, okay, no animation, I guess. But this does pair very well. It looks sick in my opinion. Now, it's definitely a bit slippery, as you can see. I'm not going to go super harsh on this because you can get the accessories for it, but yeah, something to be very careful about. I do this in public either way, even without the MagSafe ring. I have taken my phone out like this, and obviously I've not lost my wallet. So as long as you keep an eye on it, you will be fine. But just don't forget. All right, but that is pretty much gonna be it for this one, guys. Before I let y'all go, I do want to go ahead and throw on the frosted version just so you can get a look, or at least see what it looks like on this case. Now, geez, I think it's really on there. All right, sweet. There we go. And let's go ahead and snap this one on the exact same way. And that is what it's going to look like. Honestly, looks sick. I have been running this one probably more than the black one, so I did get a little bit of a scratch on there because I have dropped it already. But both cases are exactly identical. Only difference here would be the color. That is going to be it for this one, guys. Let me know what you guys think about these thin cases. Again, I always love to see people's thoughts and opinions when it comes to ultra thin cases. I really love them. I really enjoy them. I know they're risky, but I think that just makes me like them even more. Now, let me know what y'all think, and I will be happy to respond to any of your comments. If you have any recommendations for cases, accessories, anything you would like to see on the channel, leave them down in the comments below. I try my best to respond to all of you. I know I take a while, but I will get to you, I promise. Just be a little patient with me. I'm getting there. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.